Hello again everyone, and welcome to another one of my reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing and talking a little bit about one of my favourite Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and that is 1989's Cyborg. Now this is pretty much my favourite of all the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I absolutely love this film, absolute classic, and yeah, I'm going to review it today. So without further ado, here we go. So Cyborg was, as I mentioned earlier, released in 1989. It stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, Vincent Klein, I hope I've said that right, Dale Haddon as Pearl Prophet, and also stars Ralph Moeller. For those who don't know who he is, that's the big guy from Best of the Best 2 that played Brackus. Talk a little bit more about him in a bit actually, because he's pretty cool in this movie. He's also a good friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think they worked out together and all that, like competed together and all that. Like, he's a German actor, hence the name. Some films you see him is called Rolf, and in others is called Ralph. He actually did play Conan in the Conan series as well. But like, yeah. Before I get into this properly, a little trivia for you all there. You see Fender there at the front, played by Vincent Klein, or Klein again. Hope I'm not butchering his name. But that attire he's got on there, especially this part here, is the same attire that Blade from Masters of the Universe, the one with Dolph Lundgren, 1987, I think I've got that right. It's the same one he wore in that movie, because originally this was stated to be Masters of the Universe 2. All the sets and the clothing and everything were all set for Masters of the Universe 2, but unfortunately it didn't happen. They were going to go on without Dolph Lundgren as well. I think it'd have been better with Dolph Lundgren if you ask me. But yeah, let's talk a bit about Cyborg, shall we? It is set in like a post-apocalyptic time where the world's gone to pretty much shit and is taken over by a bunch of people, what they're called the Flesh Pirates actually, which are led by Vincent Klein's character, Vincent Klein, Fender. That's his name in this movie, Fender. Fender Tremello, I think, is the right name for him. I'm not sure, does it say here? No, it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's his name actually in it, Fender Tremello. And Van Damme's name in it is Gibson Rackenbacker. Strange name, I know, but I think they were named after instruments. But another little thing about this is there's two versions of this film. The first version is this one, and we've got another version called Slinger, which the action's not as good in, and it has different parts in it. You can see it, watch it on YouTube actually. Well, you can actually buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. Like, I don't own it because I think I prefer this version. I have watched the other version like on YouTube, all the different scenes and all that, and it's not too bad, but it starts off with a monologue and there's someone talking, which I think is supposed to be Van Damme's character, but you can tell it's not him. He sounds totally different. So, but anyway, we'll get back onto this one. And this has some really cool scenes in it, absolutely cool scenes. I especially love the part where Van Damme is on the run with the lass that is teamed up with Annie, I think she's called. I can't remember the name of the lass that plays her. Just that could be, no, that's not Dale Haddon at all. No, it doesn't say her name, sorry, but yeah. And they're getting chased by Fender and his pirates, and they end up in the sewers. And Van Damme does one of the coolest things ever in one of his movies. He steps up onto these two bollards and does the splits between them. And Rolf Mohler's character walks under him, and he goes like that with a knife and just rams it right down into him. Ah! Cool as hell, absolutely cool as hell. And there's another cool fight scene where he's fighting one of the pirates, and they're in kind of a stream, like not a lake, but kind of like they're in water anyway, like and he jumps up and he does the split kick and kicks him, and it shows him connect with his face, which is really cool. But yeah, definitely recommend this movie, definitely, to all those Van Damme fans out there like I am. I really do recommend it. Pearl Prophet, actually, Deborah Richer. Oh yeah, Deborah Richer, in fact, is the one that, sorry about that everybody. Deborah Richer is the one that plays Annie. I'm sure that's her name, Annie, because he screams out later on, Annie! But yeah, Dale Haddon is the one that plays Pearl Prophet, and she's the one that plays the cyborg in the movie. Like, she goes under operation halfway through the movie when she's thinking back, and they make her into a cyborg. God knows how she survived that, like, but anyway. But it's quite cool when she takes her wig off and I'm a cyborg, and you see all mechanical things working at the back of her head. Her eyes are right kind of opened up and all that. But there's some cool lines in this movie as well. That slinger can't help you now. I'll take you to Atlanta and they'll give me the cure. And if they don't, I'll give you the horror show. Fender, man, one of the coolest bad guys ever in the movie. I could say, there he is, played by Vincent Quinn. And he was also in Kickboxer 2, which is a sequel to one of Van Damme's best movies, Kickboxer. He was a surfer in real life. I think he's been in a few other movies, and he was always in shape, very like ripped and all that. Give Van Damme a run for his money, actually, because the end fight to this, when they're in the rain, very similar to the fight in Universal Soldier where he's fighting Dolph Lundgren in the rain, actually. A lot of similarities, but yeah, very cool ending, like very cool ending fight and all that, like between Van Damme's character and Vincent Quinn's character. But yeah, let's have a look at the Blu-ray, shall we? Because this is 88 Films version of Cyborg, and I do have a lot of 88 Films versions of Van Damme films, so I'll probably go through quite a lot of them. But there's the sleeve, which I think is cool because it's like a shiny sleeve. The back. In fact, let's read the back first, shall we? Jean-Claude Van Damme stars as the future's most fearsome warrior in this adrenaline-charged sci-fi thriller. Deteriorating from a deadly plague, the 21st century America is descending into a barbaric nightmare. Only Pearl Prophet, Dale Haddon, a beautiful half human, half cyborg, has the knowledge necessary to develop a vaccine. But during her quest to gather data and bring the cure to the world, Pearl is captured by the cannibalistic flesh pirates, who plot to keep the antidote for themselves and rule the world. Now only saber-wielding hero Gibson Rickenbacker, there you go, Van Damme's character, can rescue her and save civilization. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at the Blu-ray case. Again, same front. And there's a back. Let's say same as the shiny sleeve. With the disc. Van Damme doing his classic pose. Ain't Van Damme if you don't do that pose, is it? And there's the inside showing other parts of the movie. That's the end. And that's like halfway through the movie where he's walking towards some bad guys that's actually caught, and his character. And she turns around, she goes, "You're pretty good. Do you ever get used to it?" He goes, "Used to what? Killing. They didn't make this world. No, you only live in it." You can tell I've watched it a few times, can't you? But yeah, this is a cool Blu-ray, it is. Definitely. And it even comes with some little trading cards, which are from the, you know, scenes from the film. That's the end. Van Damme looking cool as hell there. About to kick some ass. There he is fighting Fender. Fucker, as Fender would say. Cool scene. And then they are with the signature weapons. I always noticed though with Fender's weapon, he actually has a 6-shooter and Van Damme's is only a 4-shooter. So he's got the better weapon between them both. And there's the end fight scene where he's fighting Fender in the barn. And he does his awesome kick after his elbow and he, yeah! And does the awesome kick and knocks him flying onto the hook and he goes, "Oh!" and just dies. Awesome, absolutely awesome. But a little more trivia as well is there is a character in this film that Van Damme accidentally injured. Knife attack to the eye. Jackson Pinkney something, I can't remember his name about actually looking it up, but big guy, like big muscly guy, looks a bit like Bobby Lashley would have looked back then. For those who won't know what Bobby Lashley is, who are fans of the WWE, but like, or AEW now that he's now with, but yeah, he does look a lot like him, big guy like, and I think he hit him with the fake knife and he blinded him in one eye, so he was took to court for it. And I don't know whether he ended up having to pay up for it, I'm not sure. Like, I think I heard he did, I'm not sure. But like, back in the day in his early movies, Van Damme's early movies, I'm not slating Van Damme down because I love the guy, I think he's awesome. But from what I've heard in his early movies, he was a bit reckless and could hit people properly and do his kicks properly to people, which is a bit, you know, but oh well, it is what it is, unfortunately, like, but yeah. So he was took to court by the guy and I think he was fined, I don't know how much was fined, but anyway, enough of that. Like I say, I'm not slating Van Damme down because I'm a big fan of his, and I've actually had the opportunity to meet the guy, which is right here, a couple of years ago. That's my good friend Bubba, who met me with him, like, and there's Dolph Lundgren as well. I got to meet him for the Love of Sci-Fi. And for those that think it's fake, look, same tattoo. Not going to be many people with that same tattoo, is there? So that's definitely me. I was so starstruck. He literally stuck his hand out and he went, "How are you?" And I shook his hand. I thought, that is really cool. Absolutely really cool. And I turned around and looked at Dolph Lundgren and told him he's always been my favourite Punisher, and he just smiled at me. I looked up and thought, wow. But yeah, enough of geeking out about that. But yeah, Cyborg, definitely classic movie. My favourite in Van Damme's filmography. I'm going to go through some others as well. I'm going to talk about and review some of his other movies, like, so keep an eye out, like. And that, everyone, is my review of 1989's Cyborg. Until the next time, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep geeking out.